What's up, everyone? Welcome to Benched. My name's Joey, joined by my brother, Angel. What up, dog?
Hello.
Episode number 93.
93. Oh, man, 93, Dwight Freeney.
Yeah.
So there's other great ones. The good DN number.
93 needs to be claimed by like an all-time great. I mean, Dwight Freeney's a Hall of Famer.
I'm sure we're missing a very obvious one.
Yeah.
God, it's killing me.
We are,
Yeah.
depending on when you're listening to this, today is February 19th. Tomorrow starts the NFL franchise tag.
It's a big day.
Yeah, huge day. We'll get into that, as well as the quarterback situations for all 32 teams. We'll go in reverse order down the draft and let you know who's looking for a quarterback and what their options are, and we'll kind of chat through that real quick. And, of course, the news and notes from the weekend and early in this week. Lots to get into. If you're watching on YouTube,
Yep.
thanks so much for joining us.
Hi.
We are in episode 93, so we are marching our way. We had a short meeting right before to discuss all the changes coming.
A lot.
For episode 100.
It's actually a lot.
Fun changes coming. Yeah, that was a longer meeting than I thought it'd be.
It's a lot of changes.
But exciting stuff.
Improvements.
I like that.
We are improvements. They're not.
I like that.
It's not making it negative. We're not missing the show because we do three shows a week no matter what.
I've heard it put this way: growing things change.
Yeah. There you go.
We're growing.
Yeah, we are growing. Hell yeah, we're growing.
If you're watching here for the first time, welcome.
There we go. Hi. There we go.
There it is.
I missed it.
Welcome
Hi.
to the show. We record 3 times a week,
We do.
no matter what. I stopped saying Monday, Wednesday, Friday because sometimes they're not those days.
We'll just say no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what. We do get 3 shows out a week.
We'll get there eventually.
And we appreciate all you guys following along with us on YouTube, or if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. We're on all those platforms, so make sure you are listening on all those, or at least subscribe so you know when we put out a show. And then, of course, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Search at Bench Show, spelled just like that. And we're putting up all sorts of stuff on those platforms as well. Different stuff than the show, so make sure you're following that because that's a lot going on there. As far as like polls and just breaking news.
And arguments on Twitter.
A lot of arguments on Twitter.
Wait, no.
I've been good lately.
Discussions on Twitter.
Yeah.
They make it arguments.
I like how you're just... That's true. If they would just listen to me.
We're just discussing. They're arguing.
We had a poll on Instagram, just for an example here. I actually wanted to share it. Somebody pull it up real quick. This is how you podcast,
This is how you do it.
by the way.
Take some notes, kids.
Mm-hmm.
101.
Okay, so we'll get into this a little bit today, but I wanted to share it. I literally just put Fields or Williams.
That's crazy.
Justin Fields or Caleb Williams. There's obviously much more to that conversation.
Yeah.
But just to get like a feel of where everyone's at. After a couple days of voting, we're 59% Caleb Williams, 41% Justin Fields. A couple of you did not follow directions and instead put your answer in the comments.
We appreciate all of your answers.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Williams, one fan said neither. That's not true.
So you just no quarterback.
That's not true.
Come on, fan.
Another fan just put a GIF. Where are we on that?
GIF.
It says Bears still suck, so I guess it doesn't matter. Another one was a picture of Jordan Love. Another one says, as a Packers fan, either, because the Bears will lose to us no matter what. So Packer fans weren't really that, didn't really follow the spirit.
They were interested in the poll. They're more interested in just dogging both of the people.
Yeah. You missed the spirit of the poll, but glad you participated.
Thank you for commenting.
Yeah.
We did read it on the show.
And those are the kind of things that start arguments on social media. That's kind of what Angel was talking about.
Yeah, but we welcome it. It's fun. It's all good. It's just sports.
And on all these platforms, make sure you leave a review. If there's a star rating, leave a 5-star rating. Those are all really helpful to the show and us being able to bring you the show. Also, NFL free agency starting legal tampering period. Starts in 3 weeks.
It's already started, but yeah, this is when it like legally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. People, there's players talking to
No,
players
everyone's
right now.
following the rules.
You know what's happening, and it's the unspoken thing. Tampering starts this day, but it literally starts once the Super Bowl ends, everyone just starts tampering.
As of 12:18 p.m. on Monday morning, the draft is 65 days, 11 hours, 41 seconds, and 41 minutes and 32 seconds away.
The Bears are on the clock.
Bears are on the clock.
Yeah.
And they got some decisions to make.
Yep. It's the next 2 months it's gonna change the face of the league because so many quarterback decisions. Caleb Williams could be either Patrick Mahomes or another whatever. I'm not gonna say bust, but whatever.
Yeah.
Some people don't like him. I saw some analysts,
Legitimately.
some very smart gentlemen.
Yeah.
In the NFL world who did not like Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I think he turns off a lot of people by some of his antics. We'll see. I think I'm interested to see how interviews go at the combine.
At the combine, yeah.
Let's get into the news. Forgot to mute the mic there, so if you heard a little cough, we were not taking hits of narcotics.
No.
I just had an itch in my throat.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
It costs too much.
Yep. The Jacksonville Jaguars are likely to go in another direction rather than keeping Calvin Ridley. So another name to add to that whole smorgasbord of free agency. If they did re-sign Ridley, it would mean they owed a second-round pick to the Atlanta Falcons. After his performance this year, he was fine. Not worth a second-round pick.
No. Thanks for the performances, but Christian Kirk's pretty good.
Yeah.
Zay Jones is okay, and then you just draft the guy.
Kirk ended the season not with a major injury, just an injury you couldn't come back from, right?
Yeah. I think he'll be fine next year, and they did pay him.
Right, and then they could always get another guy here.
So if they re-sign him, then they owe Atlanta a second.
Yeah, so that was a stipulation of the trade they made originally with Atlanta. That fourth, I think, becomes a second. That's how it works. Or a third, becomes a second. But yeah, you don't want to give him a second-round pick for Calvin Ridley.
Adios,
and
Calvin.
some teams are going to love to have him.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley has probably a consolation prize.
Yeah.
After the first round of guys. The Ravens re-signed Nelson Aguilar, 1-year contract extension.
He's a big factor in their playoff run.
They need to make a real move.
Zay
Flowers is a stud.
It's the same guys.
But yeah, then I feel like they have one guy, Zay Flowers, who they hit on.
Yeah. Good.
And just a bunch of Nelson Aguilars.
Yeah. No offense to Nelson Aguilar, but he knows what he is. He's not a superstar.
Yeah, none at all. Ex-Eagles Super Bowl champ.
He's played for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Packers expected to release all-pro tackle David Bakhtiari.
Yep. And
for the Athletic.
I'll speak for Packer fans. Goodbye.
There's something's weird.
Something's weird. He's been hurt for like 3 years.
Okay, what does this remind you of though? Left tackle kind of was not playing for a while. People think he's done. Went somewhere, has been maybe the best left tackle in the game.
Trent Williams.
At
one point he was one of the best left tackles in the game.
Bakhtiari's no joke.
But I know he's been hurt for like 2 years, and he probably misses his boy Aaron.
Yeah.
Easy landing spot.
The Jets.
It's already like it's so obvious
it makes too much
where
sense.
he's gonna go. Yeah.
Vikings are hesitant to give Justin Jefferson fully guaranteed money after the first year of his new deal per Pro Football Talk. This is the actual quote. It's not the dollars, it's the structure. They don't want to guarantee in full money beyond the first year of the deal for anyone other than the quarterback position. End of quote. Thoughts?
I don't know. This guy who's really, really good, I don't know if he makes our team better. We should go sign somebody else. This is very, very...
So to be fair, the question is, do you guarantee his contract?
Yes.
Right?
You're better with him on your team.
Yeah, that's just the cost of doing business. Is it a good deal for you? Probably not.
No.
But life is better with Justin Jefferson.
Are you better with or without Justin Jefferson? The answer is no.
Also, I think if Addison had just exploded when Jefferson went down.
Yeah, which he kind of really didn't.
He didn't.
He had a few games where it's nice, but besides that.
Yeah, he didn't blow up. Hawkins is coming off an ACL injury.
Yeah. And Jefferson's the best wideout in the league.
Go ahead and sign Jefferson.
Anytime you have the best at anything in the league, you sign him.
Yeah, Vikings might look very different. They also came out that Kirk Cousins cannot be franchise tagged. I didn't know this. He cannot be franchise tagged.
He's done it too much.
So they either got to pay him or move on. And it's just all arrows are looking toward moving on.
That's why the rumors are so heavy right now because they can't. I mean, you would sign him, right? I think you answered this question. Like you would, yeah.
He was one of the best quarterbacks in the league last year when he was playing.
And yeah, he's conquered the primetime Kirk thing. That's done. He's played phenomenal.
And it's been rumored that Justin Jefferson wants to play with him. So maybe Justin Jefferson is a little easier to deal with in his extension.
Yeah.
If he knows, Kirk's going to be there.
Yeah. I think the Vikings, it costs money to be a good team.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is what happens. You have good players, it's going to cost money to keep them there.
Do you remember Jaron Hall, one play or one drive?
Do you remember Dobbs? Do you remember all these guys who was
Mullins, right?
Like, the grass isn't always greener, folks. Yeah. Hey, maybe we could just draft another Justin Jefferson. Yeah. No, you can't. People try for years to do that.
Yeah, and you look across the division here, Jared Goff, Julian Love. That's the safety. Yeah. Jordan Love.
Whatever the Bears do.
They're going to have someone.
Yeah. You can't just go out there with nobody.
Yeah, not going to work.
Yeah, interesting.
The Bucs are expected to franchise tag, and we're going to get into this later, Antoine Winfield.
Yes. Don't let him leave.
Yeah. Don't let him leave. Try to work out a long-term contract. He's worth, I think the number on on him, just to kind of get ahead of ourselves, is $16.2 million. Easy.
Yes, easily. That's underpaying, and he's probably going on a contract deal. But this, at least if you tag him, it extends your time to do a long-term deal with him.
You don't want him going on visits next month.
No.
You'll lose him.
They will be wild. They'll throw money at him. They'll guarantee money at him, and he will leave you.
Yes. The Bears have already received multiple trade inquiries at the Senior Bowl for quarterback Justin Fields.
He's gone, huh?
I think he's gone.
He's gone.
I think he's gone. I want him to go. Go.
For him.
Honestly, I kind of think Caleb Williams, the personality is, and the Bears, you guys deserve each other. That could be a hot mess.
Yeah, because I feel like ever since you drafted Justin Fields, you just hated Justin Fields. You've never set him up for success or good things, and then whenever an out season starts, you're always like, "Well, we're gonna take a look at all possibilities."
Yeah, you haven't ever committed to him. Every year it's just kind of been like, "Well, we'll see what he does this year."
Yeah,
jeez.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. This guy, and he needs a fresh start.
3 years, 3 head coaches, 3 offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
I mean,
see you, dude.
Go play for the Steelers. Go play for the
Falcons,
Broncos. Yeah,
Giants. There's so many of the Saints. There's so many teams who love a Justin Fields.
Absolutely. Last thing here I have, people around the NFL believe that the Ravens will target a running back. We knew that. But specifically a running back with a pedigree. So we're talking Henry. We're talking Saquon. We're talking guys who have been there, done that.
Yeah.
Yes. Sure.
They need a running game.
Do you think they should be targeting someone younger?
Saquon over Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Even though they're both. Derrick Henry has had some injuries now. Back-to-back years was a little bit of stuff. And
a little foot stuff.
Saquon's always kind of
banged up a little bit. Okay, so I wanted to get into something here. That's the news, by the way. Brought to you by Trophy Smack.
Trophy Smack.
Visit TrophySmack.com. In fact, use the link I have below in the video, TrophySmack.com/benched. And listen, if you haven't updated your trophies, your belts, your rings, the engraving on your trophy.
I was on there this morning. Get some pretty cool shit on that freaking thing.
Yeah, they got stuff for the losers.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Listen, it's the off season, but fantasy football never sleeps.
No, especially if you're in Dynasty, you're just sitting there looking at your team for about 6 months. But still,
I was looking at it this morning.
Yeah, I was like, man, I got some dogs on my team.
Yeah.
No, but they have a very good selection, very fun things over there.
Yes.
Trophy Smack.
Yeah, make sure you visit that. Use our link, TrophySmack.com/bench to help support the show, and we'll appreciate that. Let's get into something here I wanted to run by you, and it's Franchise Tag Day tomorrow, which means, let me read this actually, starting tomorrow, or Tuesday, depending on when you're listening to this, Tuesday, March 5th, NFL teams can designate franchise or transition tags on players.
So they're transitioning.
So I'm not doing that with you.
Go ahead.
Stupid look on your face. We're going to go through some tag candidates. I'm going to give you a number, and you tell me if that team should do it or not.
All right,
okay, I'm asking you to do a lot because I need you to consider the whole context.
I'm going to do it gladiator style.
Okay, yeah.
No,
sure.
I'm not.
Go ahead. Jaguars, Josh Allen. If you tag him, $20.2 million, you're doing it.
Yes.
In a second.
Literally, don't even finish that sentence. Yeah. Josh Allen, stay on our team.
That's another guy. Don't let him take visits.
Nope. He will be gone in a second.
He'll land. I mean, he gets more money than Hargrave.
Yeah,
right?
he's probably the highest paid guy,
right?
Defensively this year. Is Josh Allen.
As far as long-term money and all that?
Oh, yeah. He'll get big money.
Saquon Barkley, it cost just $11.3 million, which is 10 points. Something about running back contract where they don't get that huge jump, the second franchise tag.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but that's just how it is. He made $10 million last year. He would jump to 11.3. Are you tagging him?
No.
You haven't either.
It's time. Giants move on. He wants to move on. It just kind of feels like Ryan's on the wall. Move on.
And he's shown that he's not, and maybe just this is true for running backs. If a running back is all you have, you don't have a good quarterback, you have just kind of okay receivers, it's not enough.
Look at all the years of Adrian Peterson being the best running back in the game. The Vikings never won anything back with him. Yeah, just let him. It's just time. Just separate.
Defensive end Brian Burns of the Panthers. If you tag him, he's making $20.2 million. You doing it? $20 million.
If I'm the Carolina Panthers, yes. Yeah. But they hate him, so they're not going to tag him.
They hate him, but they hate giving him freedom.
Yeah,
so I think they will.
I hate you, but I don't want you to be happy with anybody else.
I think they're going to tag him.
The Panthers are like a toxic ex. They don't want you to have fun, but they also don't want you to have them.
No, yeah, they're like an ex-wife, but who won't actually divorce you.
Yeah, we're separated.
Yeah, we're separated. Yeah. I'm not signing divorce papers.
It's complicated. We're not having sex, but you're also not dating nobody.
Why you always?
What? I'm just saying. It's complicated. Life is complicated. Life is messy.
Safety Kyle Duggar. If he's tagged, he'll make $16.2 million for the Patriots.
No, I'm worried about the Belichick leaving effect because Belichick, all these DBs do not play the same once they leave Belichick.
It's very true.
I'm just saying, like I don't think I'm tagging Duggar.
Is Mayo a defensive coach? Is that kind of so he's going to run the defense pretty much?
Or maybe he's CEO kind of guy.
Yeah,
but actually we don't know yet. But yeah,
but you're not tagging him. $16.2 million for Kyle Duggar. No. T. Higgins $20.7 million.
Yes,
you are tagging him.
I'm not.
So you have the Chase contract coming up. So you're going to spend. I mean, Chase is going to make $25 to $30 million a year.
Not until next year. Just do a 1 year deal.
I guess, yeah, that's fine.
Running back one more time.
Yeah,
make the money work for 1 year. The next year, just let him walk.
Daniel Hunter $22 million.
I mean, if I'm the Vikings,
are you competing?
Yes.
Then you tag him.
But this also, if you don't sign Kirk, don't sign Daniel Hunter. It's kind of like there's a snowball effect. If you're trying to go young, you let Kirk walk, just let Daniel Hunter walk.
Oh, I don't agree with that. I think you tag
because they're trying to go young, right? They're trying to get young and
but
cheap.
You can trade him or something. You don't let him walk for nothing, right?
I don't know. That's a weird. I've heard no rumors about what's happening there.
No, nothing.
Teams are definitely interested in Daniel Hunter though, for sure. So
I think I know your answer on this next one. Running back Josh Jacobs $11.3 million.
He's only good 1 year of his career.
Yeah,
we'll bring him back for we'll let you walk. We'll give you a $6 million deal.
Yeah, you can't get 11.3.
No, you're not $11 million.
Jalen Johnson.
Yep. Yes,
$18.8 million with $85 million in cap space. If you don't bring back Jalen Johnson,
you're an idiot.
That's malpractice.
Yeah, he's one of the best corners. He was graded at like top 3 corners in the league last year. Keep Jalen Johnson.
Yeah. Defensive tackle Justin Madubuike, $21 million to bring him back. Yeah, I think if you want to make
they can afford him,
yeah,
with Lamar Jackson deal and the Roquan deal, they have a lot of big contracts on there. If they can afford him, yes. And then they draft phenomenally. So I would leave it up to the Ravens to sign him.
I would lose some vets for him.
Yeah, I would cut some players. Exactly.
Yeah, I would even think like, okay, do we need Marlon Humphrey? Do we need like some of these guys that are like really
Zettler
good
on the guard, players with those kind of deals? Yeah.
But keep that core of Roquan, Madubuike, and Kyle Hamilton together.
Yeah,
I think your
and
defense.
Marcus Williams, and then you have obviously cornerback. I'm blanking out on his name.
Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah. You keep that kind of core together. Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, $36.3 mil.
Not for 36.
36.
I mean, he might get something close to that in free agency, but I'm not tagging him for it. I don't know. I'm not doing that. I'll give you 30, babe.
That's a lot of money.
I'm not giving you 36.
I think they're going to work out a deal. It seems like everyone's kind of simpatico there.
Yeah.
Kyle. Why did I look at Michael and say Kyle? Wide receiver Michael Pittman, $20.7 million.
He proved he works well in that system. Last year proved he actually was better than I thought he would be.
Yeah, I mean, would you rather? It's almost like they're going and they're looking for a number one wide receiver, and Pittman is just blossoming in their system.
He's like growing at the perfect pace that you want your guy to grow at, and they're like, we actually need a wideout.
I wish we could find a wide receiver one.
Find a guy who has like 100 catches, like 1,200 yards. I wish we could have that guy.
Works with any quarterback.
But we don't have that guy. Michael, please excuse me.
I don't understand.
Michael's over here just balling out
because they're going for Jerry Jeudy right this last year.
Yeah,
in the trade market.
Spoiler: Pittman's way better than Jerry Jeudy.
They got rumors about T. Higgins. They got rumors about every single wide receiver for agency, and yet you have a young guy that you drafted, you've developed,
works well in your system. Obviously,
please keep him. Please keep him.
Don't be dumb.
Add to it if you need to. A couple more here. Defensive tackle from the Miami Dolphins, Christian Wilkins, $21 million.
Interesting because they still have to pay Tua. So this would affect the Tua deal. I don't know if they do this.
And they're in cap hell.
Because last year, they were iffy about this guy. They didn't give him a long-term deal. I don't know what happens here. I would tag him, but I don't know if they will because they have a lot of big money deals coming up.
Right. I don't think they do either. I think he's going to be a free agent. They are $51 million over the cap.
Yeah, so that a little bit have to do some creative cap,
I'm not great at math.
Cap gymnastics. But negative doesn't sound
negative 51.
Great.
I just know when my account is negative $51, I'm not buying.
I'm not buying a high price.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anton Winfield, we already talked about that one. Tony Pollard, 11.3.
What happened to this guy?
I don't know.
He just broke it. It's not like he tore his meniscus or something. He just broke his foot, and then last year it was not the same.
Is it as simple as Zeke wasn't there? He had more.
See, I don't want to give big money to a guy who everything needs to be perfect for him to perform well.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like. Oh, if Zeke was there, if your line was great, then you're good.
Okay, so do you tag him and then go get someone who can fill a Zeke role and just know that you'll have an elite duo, or you just go look for someone who could be the guy?
I'm letting him test it. And I'm gonna offer him a lower number than 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longer contract, maybe give him like 7 a year.
Yeah, look what David Montgomery got last year, 3 year, 18, right?
Yeah.
I'm giving him that deal. I'm not giving him 10 or 11 now. No.
Dalton Schultz, $12 million. He's not worth $12 million,
But he's worth sign him back.
and you have a lot of cap space.
Give him a 2-year deal. Give him a cheap 2-year deal, and you don't have to worry about tight end for 2 years because he works well with CJ Stroud. The obviously Slowick's coming
Yeah, you
back.
got to imagine he wants to stay there.
Yeah, well, why would you leave?
He's never had to leave Texas.
Yeah, good for him. And no income tax in there or no state tax.
Yep, no state tax.
Yeah,
L'Jarius Sneed, $18.8 million for the Champs.
yeah, but they're dogs. I could see them just cutting them.
Yeah, I don't know if they can.
Yeah, I don't know if they can.
They're gonna have to, like, those kind of teams just can't keep guys like L'Jarius Sneed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they barely hang on to Chris Jones.
I mean, if you have McDuffie, that's a nice place to start.
Right.
If you're starting over, so yeah.
And then last one here is Leonard Williams for the Seattle Seahawks. He would make $21 million if they kept him.
No. He's approaching the thing where a veteran, he's doing 1-year deals now. He's 31, right? 32?
I didn't know he was this good. He had 4 sacks, 32 pressures, and 11 quarterback hits in 10 games last year. He was really good. But they're changing defensive schemes.
Yeah. Maybe McDonald likes, what he sees with him. Maybe he kind of reminds him of a Michael Pierce, who was over there, kind of a run stuffer in the middle.
Oh, yeah, run stuffer.
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah, but, 4 sacks is not pretty bad, and not bad for 10 games. Maybe McDonald can work with them, give him a cheap deal, and he's always had talent. He's never been not talented.
Right.
He's played for crap teams his whole career.
And then this is the last one. Mike Evans going from $20 million on his last year to $23 million.
Be merciful on him, Buccaneers. Let him go.
Let him go. If you love someone,
Let him go. Let him go.
Yeah.
Babe. Never mind. I was going to say something.
All right, so that's the franchise tag situation. You'll hear all these names come up in the next couple of days. That's why we wanted to go through it really quick. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to go through, in reverse order, the draft order, and look at each of their quarterback situations and let you know if they are going to do anything.
Yeah. These top 10 is freaking interesting.
Yeah. Be right back. Okay, we're back. We're going to get into this quarterback conversation really quick. I did one new. This tweet just came up, and I thought it was really, really interesting regarding the Chargers situation.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What situation?
So they're in their cap situation.
Oh, okay.
They're in cap hell, right?
Yes.
But they're let's see. Yeah. So they have a lot of room. If they wanted to just cut some players and start new, they can save $23 million by trading or cutting Mac. $23 million for the same thing for Keenan Allen, $20 million for Mike Williams, and $14 million for Joey Bosa. Are you keeping any of those guys?
Williams and Mac. I think you can try to trade Mac. A good season, try to trade him for something. And Williams, I think it's
hard to trade him.
It's hard because Quentin Johnston was such a bust. So you're like, man, if Keenan Allen leaves next year, then we're going to have nothing at wideout for Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Bosa's interesting. Bosa's hurt a lot. But I'm not giving up both my pass rushers. I'll stick with Bosa.
They're going to Bosa at $14 million is not bad.
Yeah, I keep Bosa, but Mac is too much.
What happened to Bosa last year?
He just got hurt. I forgot the injury.
Achilles? I think it was Achilles.
I don't think it was Achilles.
No? Oh, it wasn't.
Conjecture.
Yes. That's a great word. Let's get to this quarterback conversation here, and it's quarterbacks they're the belle of the ball.
Look at the Super Bowl. Who had the better quarterback and who won the whole thing?
We're going to go in reverse order in the draft here and kind of just comment on it. We'll just start the Chiefs here. Yeah. They are set at quarterback.
Yeah, I think they have one of the best ever. So, yeah, you're right.
They're good. They'll always have a good backup.
Yep.
No need there. The Niners.
Yep.
Brock Purdy is so freaking cheap.
Yeah, that's the big deal.
And
next year they can sign him. They got
to the Super Bowl with him. You know, if Brock Purdy, if he was a third string quarterback, he wouldn't be the highest third string quarterback paid.
Yeah.
They're paying him next to nothing.
So keep him, please.
Yeah, so he'll stay there. Ravens, MVP, you're good.
Yep.
Even though next year maybe.
Stop.
Next year you'll start to talk. Next year No, next year if you lose again in the playoffs, you'll start to.
I refuse to acknowledge your statement.
Yeah. Okay. You don't acknowledge it, but let me say it.
Go ahead.
Lamar Jackson next year, if he loses again in the playoffs, it's at least going to be pressure from the outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ravens don't seem like a knee-jerk reaction type organization.
All right. Let me throw something at you.
Yeah.
If 2 years they haven't won any championships, is it Harbaugh who's going to take all the heat, or is it Lamar Jackson?
Great question.
Because that's another thing. Like, you don't fire Harbaugh, but you also don't cut or trade Lamar Jackson.
That's tough.
I
don't know.
It get real awkward there really fast if they don't win anything.
You have to win something here at some point, or at least get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Moving on here, the Lions. Goff Hendon Hooker, maybe add someone else up to the back end. Yeah. Maybe they're late in the draft, but you're pretty much set. Buffalo Bills, you're good. Josh Allen. Although I think you should always have a good backup.
Yeah, he's getting a little play style. He's getting a little older. He hasn't showed it, but the years of hitting, years of being the top rusher on his team for every game, that might be catching up a little bit sometimes.
Right. Arizona Cardinals have Kyler Murray. There were some rumors that he would be in the trade market, but so far nothing like that.
Yeah, I wish the Bears had commitment to Justin Fields as they had. They just said no. Kyler Murray's our guy,
and he looked fine in new offense.
Yeah,
take him out of that air raid, put him in a more traditional offense, and he looked pretty good.
Yeah, keep Kyler, and honestly, that deal doesn't really let you get off of him. So,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are just into Baker Mayfield.
They're just in love. They got hard eyes for old Bake.
This isn't original to me, but I thought it was hilarious. This is the plot of Knocked Up. Originally, it was just a kind of a one-night stand, quickie thing.
You're hot. I'm drunk. Let's do it.
Okay. I knew it was a bad idea to go here with you, but I thought this was so perfect. And now it's like, okay, let's see if we can go shopping together.
We actually had a nice baby together.
Yeah, let's see if we can build a life together.
We won a playoff game.
So this is the exact
just two crazy kids.
The exact plot of Knocked Up, and Baker's just going to be there, and they're going to go for a Super Bowl with them.
Why not?
Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love.
They found their guy.
He is, but he's also in the last year of his contract, so you're going to need to pay him soon.
Yeah, but still,
pay him.
They found their guy.
Pay him right away.
Pay him.
Dallas Cowboys. Dak is the guy, but he needs an extension.
Yes. Interesting. We're in another weird year of Dak versus the Cowboys versus rumors versus Jerry Jones comments.
Trey Lance still lurking back there, by the way. Houston Texans, you found your guy.
Yep.
It's probably the greatest value at quarterback in the league right now. CJ Stroud in a rookie deal is the best value.
Yeah. Second to only to Purdy, which is
pay out. They're immediately in the championship window.
Yep.
Like right now.
Right now.
Philadelphia Eagles, they have Hurts. They're good to go, but it is worth noting they took a quarterback in the second year of Wentz's 4-year deal. Mm-hmm. And they pretty much come away with a quarterback every single draft. So they'll draft a quarterback.
And there's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft.
In the first 4 rounds, yeah. So they'll come with a quarterback, but Hurts is the guy there for sure. The Miami Dolphins.
They've committed to Tua already.
They want him.
It's Tua.
Yep.
Whether that be good or not, it's Tua.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, they have a lot of options. They seem like they're finally ready to give up on Kenny Pickett.
For the love of God, please don't show us Pickett ever again.
They seem like they're ready to move off. Here's my thing. If they stay at 20, it feels like they're just going to go get another Kenny Pickett. Like another version of that.
Penix, McCarthy.
Exactly.
One of those guys. I like McCarthy. I also like Penix too.
Yeah, but I mean,
McCarthy
literally threw 10 passes in the championship game.
Yeah.
And there was games where he threw like less than that.
Yeah.
Penix is literally the most experienced college football player ever.
Yeah.
He's played the most he's so old.
Good for him.
He's like, I'm not sure.
It's called experience, baby.
He's falling down.
Yeah.
As McCarthy rises, Penix is falling down.
Which is weird because he has more tape on him. And McCarthy has less. It's just the upside of.
I think it's it might be just the what could McCarthy be?
What could be? I think people are already like, oh, we know what Penix is. We've seen him play so long. We know what he is.
So they could draft a guy, or this has been rumored a spot for Wilson or for Fields, the two top.
Obviously, you would want Fields.
Trades.
Yeah.
I mean, Fields is much more expensive, but it's like a second-round pick for Fields.
Wilson is also pretty good. That team is a lot better.
It's an upgrade, for sure.
Yeah.
He takes care of the ball.
Yep.
He's not going to light it up. But
I'd love to see him in like a tough guy town and see what happens. Mm. Yeah.
I think Fields is such a, you won me over last show. Like, Fields is a great fit for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Organizationally, for him, for his career.
Yep.
And it only take a second. Like, why are you not do this?
Yeah. It's
like that's what the rumors are. Who knows what the deal is?
We might not know everything right now.
But yeah, I mean, there's so much there could happen for Pittsburgh. Keep an eye on them. The Los Angeles Rams.
They're in the Stafford retirement watch.
Right.
Every year.
They drafted Stetson Bennett last year to be like a...
And something happened, and we don't know what.
We don't know what happened to Stetson Bennett.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if he even likes football anymore because we just don't know what happened.
Yeah, if someone falls in the draft, I think they don't get past the Rams.
Yeah.
like
Rams here at
the
19.
Bo Nix.
Yeah. Say the Steelers stay at 20. That's an obvious spot for a team either to trade up and pick a quarterback late, or for them to just say, no, we can't let it. If we miss one now, we're not going to get one in the second round.
Right.
Yeah.
Bo Nix could fall. I don't see Jaden Daniels or Drake May falling. I think Michael Penix could fall, and he could definitely end up here. Beyond that, the other guys kind of seem like later in the draft. Jordan Travis from Fresno State, Sam Hartman, Joe Milton, and
Jordan Travis from Florida State.
Sorry, did I say Fresno State?
No. I was like, he's not from Fresno State.
No. And then Tualia Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
He's going to be in this draft, but probably way, way later.
Another Tagovailoa.
So, yeah, I don't, who knows? I don't know what they're doing. A lot of things go there. But
Stafford balled out. But he looked fantastic.
He looked great. He looks healthy. He looks invigorated. He has weapons.
He has some fresh teeth.
Running back.
Have you seen his big old choppers? Like, bro,
fresh teeth.
You got the XL choppers. You're
picture him like going to the store like, I have some teeth. I need some. Give me the fresh ones.
Not the ones that have been lying around all day. The fresh ones
under the heat lamp.
Like they're still hot.
They're still. What does that even mean?
Like they're still fresh out the oven.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, every guy.
You have Joe Burrow, but you need a new AJ McCarron.
Yeah, you need.
For a while they had AJ McCarron, and you can trust him.
Jake Browning to ball out. I think you're fine with Jake Browning.
How did I forget about Jake Browning? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Never mind. You have a new AJ McCarron.
Yeah. Correction. You have found him.
Okay, Jacksonville Jaguars. I just put next to it in my notes, ballsy.
We have a real conversation.
It would be very ballsy, but is it the responsible move to draft a quarterback?
I think this is last year of his rookie deal, right? Yeah.
Are you giving him a max extension?
I'm not. What has he proven to do? What has he done besides disappointed?
Trevor Lawrence. This is what scares me about Caleb Williams. Because Trevor Lawrence was as touted as Caleb Williams.
He was like, this is the best prospect since Peyton Manning, since John Elway.
We knew he was going to be the number one overall pick when he entered college.
Well, we knew going into his senior year or last year, we knew, this is the number.
We were just waiting for him.
Yeah,
and he's been a bust. I'll say it.
Look, Urban Meyer, the first year, you count that whatever. The year after that, pretty good.
Was he back-to-back years with Baker Mayfield, number one overall?
What?
Number one overall, was he back-to-back years? Like Baker Mayfield was taking 1 year, Trevor Lawrence the next, or was there more time between
There was more. There was.
Who
more
would
time.
you rather have? That's a real question. Baker Mayfield or Trevor Lawrence?
I take Baker Mayfield.
Right?
Trevor, please. Look,
God, think about that.
Look, Trevor Lawrence, look at the stats. Look at his record. Look at what he's done. He hasn't done anything to justify number one overall pick.
They've given him weapons.
They're picking 17.
That's an interesting spot.
He's not even better than C.J. Stroud.
I don't know if they have the titanium knickknacks to take a quarterback or get a quarterback this year.
I mean, if the Dolphins can commit to Tua, Tua's accomplished way more than Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, it's really interesting in Jacksonville, but yeah, I do think they go 1 more year without troubling the waters.
Tell you what, your boy Dougie P. If nothing happens here, he's asking fired.
Jeez, you're fired up about this.
No, because I hate that team was the best in the AFC at one point.
So you think they're going to hang it on Doug Peterson, not Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I think this is what. Or
I don't know.
Jaguars have been they're the Jaguars for a reason. Sorry, Jaguars fan. Yeah. They're there for a reason. They don't know how to handle being good.
Either way, we don't see them making a quarterback move here.
No. I think they don't trade for Fields. You don't trade for Russell Wilson because you have him. You don't draft a first-round quarterback because you have so many needs. You have a wideout leaving. You have guys who are Josh Allen might walk out the door. You have a lot of needs. Yeah, it's 1 more year, but folks, be aware of what's happening in Jacksonville. Absolutely nothing.
The Seattle Seahawks. Here they just picked up Geno Smith's option. There's no reason why he should be their starter all year next year.
Yeah,
this is a great spot for a developing quarterback.
J.J. McCarthy.
J.J. McCarthy.
This is as far as he should fall.
Yep. They need to draft a quarterback, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not first, maybe in the second, but I wouldn't mind in the first.
Yeah.
You have those weapons. You have you have a brand new coach. Get your quarterback for the future and just let him sit.
Yeah. Look what I won't do the Mahomes because he's Patrick Mahomes. Look at Jordan Love. He sat for a year, and now he's a pretty good quarterback.
Indianapolis Colts. They have their guy.
Yeah, their guy.
Pretty good.
Richardson, just keep him healthy. Sign Gardner Minshew back.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, sign him back, and then
the New Orleans Saints. Unfortunately, you are stuck with Derek Carr.
I mean, if they're as stuck as the Broncos are with Russell Wilson,
no, they're worse.
You should definitely be on the market for a quarterback.
Let me read you about Derek Carr's
oh dear God,
contract here. Okay, so over the next 3 years, he's due $30 million a year.
that's not terrible.
Sorry. It's sorry. Next 2 years, $30 million. In that last year, his age 35 year, $50 million.
They backloaded it.
His cap hits for those years are $17 mil, $28 mil, and that last year $44 mil. So it's just $6 million less to cut him. Or it's just crazy numbers where you're stuck with him.
Yeah.
You can't move on.
But that doesn't affect you from drafting a quarterback and just saying he's our very nice backup.
Right. A very expensive backup.
They are. I wouldn't be surprised. I know they kept Dennis Allen, which I didn't love at all. But if they move up in the draft and get a quarterback,
really,
and just have 2 quarterbacks, I'm not putting everything on Derek Carr.
Right.
Demario Davis is 35 years old. Cam Jordan is in his third. I think he's 32. Tyrann Mathieu's old. You're gonna waste another year on Derek Carr?
Yeah, they're kind of stuck in that. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, like, are you rebuilding? Or are you running the back with his old guys, older guys?
They didn't make the playoffs.
No,
in the worst division of football.
You still have Michael Thomas doing whatever he's doing. Yeah, it's just they're in a weird spot, and they're in cap hell, and they're kind of stuck with big contracts.
It's a rough time to be a Saints fan right now because it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
I think what you need to do if you're Saints to say we got to wash 2 years. Like, we're gonna be in cap hell. We're gonna let people go. We're just gonna start new in 2 years
and just start drafting all the bedrock guys around Derek Carr.
Start training for draft. Just start literally just it's a reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Raiders. I don't think O'Connell's the answer to you.
No.
He is the same age as Justin Herbert. He'll be 26 in October.
Yeah. No. He was okay, but maybe a good backup.
Yeah. Go get a guy.
Another team that should move up.
Well, also another spot who's been rumored about. Probably not Russell Wilson, but maybe Justin Fields.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You have Devontae Adams. You have Michael Mayer. If they bring back Josh Jacobs, you have pretty nice weapons there. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Denver Broncos here. The Russell Wilson bridge is burned.
Yeah.
He's not coming back.
It's done. He's literally selling his house.
Right.
Yeah. He has U-Haul trucks are in his house right now.
I had a friend who tried to tour the house. He lives in Denver area and was denied because you definitely need a pre-qualification before you see the house.
Credit score like 1,200 or above.
And people need to realize this about the Broncos. Just because they made what is now a terrible trade for Russell Wilson, it's not like all their draft capital's gone. Yeah, they have enough to move up.
This is the last year. They only have a second left that's due to the Seahawks. They have their first this year, and then after that, they have all their picks.
Yeah, they have the capital to move up. And if you want Drake May, which a lot of people see Drake May
and Sean Payton wants his guy. He did not want to rest his whole career on Russell Wilson. That was clear.
I can't tell you how many drafts I see Drake May going to the Broncos.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's just a marriage people like.
Maybe we move up for Caleb Williams, but I doubt Sean Payton probably hates Caleb Williams.
It's also, too, you got to keep in mind, there's, as far as what we know right now, in freaking February of 2024, not a great quarterback class coming out next year. You have Shedeur Sanders, maybe the guy from Georgia, but not a lot else after that. So people are thinking maybe a team like the Broncos need to get a little more aggressive about a quarterback. So I think the Broncos do something here. I don't think Sean Payton was trying to win last year.
Yeah.
He wants to win.
He's not trying to be a losing team.
No. The Minnesota Vikings, I literally put in all caps, no idea. I have no idea what they're going to do.
Nope. They should sign Kirk and run it back again.
Yes.
But I don't know. We'll see.
I have zero idea. You haven't heard anything?
No, which is good.
Fields isn't going there.
It's all been speculation.
I guess Russell Wilson could go there.
Just keep Kirk if you're going to get Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, why not just pay Kirk?
He works well with your system. He works out with your best player on your team. He beat the Niners in primetime last year.
Coming off an Achilles. I mean, is that enough for a reason?
No. Achilles in there. Rodgers almost came back last year off a freaking Achilles.
Very true.
Yeah. Speaking of Rodgers,
the New York Jets picking at number 10. We're in the top 10 now. I literally put, are they going to draft a quarterback? They should. They won't.
But they need to put you in the backup quarterback market they need to go to Gardner Minshew's house. Like, what do you want, buddy?
They also need to understand this Roger Williams, great composer. But Aaron Rodgers.
Shout out to Roger Williams.
Shout out to Roger Williams.
For all the Rogerettes, all the fans.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, that ride's coming to an end soon here.
Yeah, he's old.
That's not a long-term Achilles. So they should draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
But they won't.
No. Maybe later on. But then Rodgers is back to the whole thing where he's like, I cannot play on a team where they don't draft a quarterback who's my successor.
Aaron Rodgers in the same exact predicament that he was with the Packers, where he's only on the team maybe another 2 years. You probably should draft his backup, but you're going to piss off Aaron Rodgers because he wants to win right now.
No, I think they're in the backup quarterback market heavily.
Yeah, like a vet.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett,
Gardner Minshew.
maybe bring Flacco back, Gardner Minshew, those kind of guys. Yeah.
So yeah, we don't see them making a move here. And then Chicago Bears have their first.
Let's talk about them at number 1 overall.
Yeah, we won't talk about them right now, but they have their first pick here in the top 10. They have number 1 and number 9.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about them in a second. Atlanta Falcons.
Yes.
If the Steelers don't trade for Fields, Fields is from Georgia.
Yeah, John.
I think it's a great match with those weapons. I love that Zach Robinson's there now with Raheem Morris and that whole squad. Like, I think that'd be great for him. My second spot for Steelers for Fields with the Steelers, and I don't mind either one.
Yeah, you have Drake London, fresh,
So good.
underutilized,
So rested.
so rested. Kyle Pitts, extremely rested.
Even fresher.
Bijan Robinson, even more fresh. These guys are rested.
Tyler Algier, exhausted.
Cordell Patterson is on an oxygen mask right now. Stupid Arthur Smith rested all these young talented players. No, actually, you owe a credit. You owe Arthur Smith. You saved some years off these guys. Like they didn't work. They didn't work hard at all.
They should all have their Rookie of the Year. What's it called? Eligibility left.
Yeah,
they should all be able to win it next year.
Bijan, it's okay. We understand.
Yeah, we're gonna let all you guys have a chance to win Rookie of the Year.
Everyone's
Because there might be 3 Rookies of the Year on this team, and none of you got a shot.
Genuinely, it might be.
But I mean, do you think they could also draft a guy?
This is the hot Atlanta. This is the Fields. I think Fields honestly might be their plan B.
So they're okay. Yeah, Fields for sure. As far as the draft, the big 3 are Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and then McCarthy's kind of joining that.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the last spot that one of those guys goes to.
Jaden Daniels does not get past 8.
Any of those 4 guys don't fall past the Falcons here,
yeah.
right? We're both agreeing on that. And then, of course, you mentioned Russell Wilson. I don't think – not Russell, sorry. You mentioned Justin Fields. I don't think Russell Wilson's an option here.
No.
Right? This is a young, upcoming team.
I think it's more of a contender trades for Russell Wilson, or he just stays in Denver.
Yeah.
Not a team like this. No.
For the most awkward quarterback room in the league.
Reunion. Yeah.
I mean, anything else you could see them going? Any other direction you see them going here?
No. This was another fun spot for Kyler Murray, but then they got shot down. But yeah, I think Fields is plan B. I think plan A is you have to a rookie quarterback and pair him with all these young weapons.
Yeah. 7th overall, the Tennessee Titans are picking.
Yeah.
Last year, of course, you had Will Levis. He was kind of just
hot start, and then it was like, okay, I can see why you're a second round pick.
You still have Malik Willis, who I guess you're kind of done on now.
Yeah.
But you have so many holes.
Yeah,
just
I think
all over the roster.
I think you do what the Texans did in 2022. Davis Mills, you're just our guy this year. I know we're gonna suck, but we have a lot of like they drafted that year. I think that wasn't the Stingley year, was it? That was the Petrie year.
Yeah.
You can fill other needs. Yeah, I think this year they just say, "Well, Levis, we'll give you a full year. Next year we're gonna."
And Will Levis could still be a guy.
Yeah.
Like so, let's see if he's a guy.
Yeah, we don't know.
And just go start building this team again.
Yep.
Like back
up.
up.
A lot of.
And if you suck with Will Levis, then maybe take a shot at Shedeur Sanders next year.
Yep. I think
why not?
This might be kind of a bad year for Titans fans because it might just suck.
Yes.
And I don't really see them. Yeah. They just fired a very good coach, so that doesn't help.
Yeah. New York Giants.
Oh God.
Daniel Jones, unfortunately, is going to be their quarterback.
Unbelievable.
And that whole thing's just the whole ship's gonna go down together. I mean, Wink Martindale just booked it as soon as he could.
Give me the hell off this.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike Kafka was interviewing for other offensive coordinator jobs that were literally just a total, what's it called?
Horizontal move.
That's what I call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, no. Just try. Is there any way I can get out of
He's
here?
like,
Seattle Seahawks, please take me out.
Freaking Dable guy loves him. I don't know. He gave him a deal. He loves him. He won't draft another guy. They're in quarterback hell right now.
Would you rather have Kenny Pickett or Daniel Jones?
Daniel
Probably Daniel Jones, huh? But
yeah. This is like
at that number, it's
would
just
you rather
so
have?
brutal.
Never mind. That's like having would you ever have like a frozen Pop-Tart or a partially frozen Pop-Tart?
I guess.
Or like Hot Pocket. It's like, I guess. They both kind of suck.
I mean, they're picking number 6, so if they're not getting a quarterback, they're going to get a pretty nice position player here, though.
Yeah, they have a lot of needs, too.
And quarterbacks, like a Marvin Harrison, I don't know if he goes this far down, but he might be there.
Yeah, they need edge rush, too, to pair with Thibodeau.
There's edge rushers there. There's going to be tackles there. They're a good spot. If they're going to keep Daniel Jones, at least they'll get a good player. The LA Chargers at number 5 here.
Herbert, you're fine.
You got Herbert.
Yep.
Someone just got released. I got to check this real quick.
You have Herbert and then you have Harbaugh. So you've just paired your quarterback with his head coach. I think you're fine.
Right, for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
The Patriots are releasing veteran defensive lineman Lawrence Guy.
He's a nice piece.
Yeah. Nice defensive lineman to join the free agents market there. Okay, so Chargers in the top 5. Don't need a quarterback. Great spot.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals, same thing.
This is a trade back situation.
Yes.
If someone falls, Cardinals can go. We're going to get more draft picks.
Because one of those quarterbacks will be there.
Yes, one of them will be. Yes.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
It really is dependent on,
Falcons, maybe?
Yeah, Falcons. Depends if Denver is aggressive. Vegas.
Falcons.
The
I looked at Vikings and I was thinking Falcons. Falcons, Vikings, Broncos, maybe Raiders.
Yep.
They could all move up into this number 4
If someone
slot.
falls, 4 is going to be very hot.
I'm sure they're already getting calls.
All right. Top 3, let's just get...
Top 3, let's jump into it here. We have plenty of time. The New England Patriots, they will draft a quarterback.
Yeah, Mac Jones might not be on the team next year. If he is, he'll be a nice backup.
Yeah.
If that.
I haven't heard any Justin Fields or
No.
Russell Wilson stuff about them.
Remember, this is a new regime. We don't know how this team operates. This is a new Patriot era. We don't know if Mario's the patient guy or an aggressive guy, all-in guy.
No idea.
Yeah.
But I think they will draft a quarterback here. Yeah. Their biggest question is, they're going to move up. Are they in love with Caleb Williams or Drake May?
Yeah. And does Washington or Chicago have the incentive to move back? Like, why would Washington move back? Because they also need a quarterback.
Well, Patriots just releasing guys here. They also just released Adrian Phillips.
Veteran safety.
Yeah. Patriots, I think they could with the Bears. I don't think the Commanders, who also need a quarterback, will let the Patriots get in front of them if they can help it.
Yeah, I think maybe the Patriots do what they never did and, like, jump to number 1. Maybe. I don't know.
New GM, the whole new thing there.
Yes,
So,
we'll see. It's entirely new. They need quarterback in the worst way. They were bad last year because of the quarterback. Well, one of the reasons
they're going to come out of this draft with a quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a veteran guy. I think
a rookie guy to usher in a new era of Patriot football.
Yeah. The Commanders. I have this feeling. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to call my shot here. They're trading up to number 1 for Caleb Williams.
Dan Quinn wants to get his guy.
I think at the last minute, Kingsbury all of a sudden is going to be their offensive coordinator, who just coached Caleb Williams.
Yep.
He's from Washington. Another aspect of this, they also need to rebuild the fan base there. Their trust in the organization. Yeah. And their excitement about the Commanders.
It's been a crap show for the last 20 years.
They've dragged them through the mud. Terrible.
Dan Snyder, right? Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
Just a total douche. He's gone. So what do you want to do now? Get a new face? You have Dan Quinn, we're up and down about that.
Yeah.
But a new quarterback can make us all forget about it. Yes. And if you get Caleb Williams there and he pops off, you get all these young fans following Caleb Williams. Yeah, this is how you rebuild a franchise.
I think Caleb Williams is going number 1 overall regardless. We'll talk about that first in a second about the Bears. But I think if they stick at 2, Drake May is probably the way to go.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with Jalen Daniels.
Yeah. You don't leave. They're leaving with the quarterback.
Yeah.
They're not signing a veteran.
They're not falling back either.
Yeah, and they're not signing a veteran. They're going to get a young quarterback.
And then the topic of the offseason here, the Chicago Bears. We have a couple minutes to spend on this. They have the number 1 overall pick and the number 9. Number 9, not high enough for a quarterback to be there. And it looks like it's Fields or Williams. There's no Drake May chatter. There's no Russell Wilson chatter. This is one of 2 guys.
Yep.
And then there's been reports of possibly both those guys. Doubt that happens.
Yep.
That
won't happen.
Let's start here. What are you doing?
Keeping Justin Fields and getting a plethora of first-round picks for Caleb Williams.
I think I'm doing the same thing.
I think you found something nice at the end of the season when you got rid of your DC, Allen Williams, right?
Yeah.
And then you started to cater around it. And then you got rid of Getsy, who's just a moron.
Yeah.
I
didn't bring that up, by the way. The only thing about him Fields getting traded to the Raiders is that Getsy's there now. So I doubt he goes to the Raiders. Now I think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had some momentum. You have $85 million in cap space.
You have draft picks.
And you have draft picks. And you have good. Montez Sweat proved to be everything you could hope for.
So you have your defense set because you have your head coach, Eberflus, who made this defense perform at phenomenal levels.
Yeah. They released Eddie Jackson, but they're still elite on the back end.
You're not leaving this draft. If you trade Caleb Williams, you're leaving it with 2 future first-round picks.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, at least. And probably a couple seconds in there.
Yeah. So keep Fields and what you do when you sign a big quarterback is you have to draft very well. You have a lot of picks because whoever's trading with you is also a bad team.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up next. Is that if they trade back, they're probably sticking in the top 10 here.
Yeah, Washington's not gonna be good next year. Depending on as of right now.
Yeah,
Washington, New England, Tennessee, Atlanta might be good, but like some of those teams are just gonna be bad next year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. I think they're going to draft Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and Fields will go for a second for some reason.
Fields is going to go somewhere and just ball out. Yeah, completely ball out. And Caleb Williams might be great too.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Maybe this is a win-win. Maybe he goes somewhere, Fields and balls out, gets a big money deal, gets someone who finally loves him.
Yeah.
And Caleb Williams goes there. Maybe he's everything that we think he is.
And that's a part that people need to like. People want to so badly be like, no, one guy sucks and one guy's bad. They could both be great.
Both be good.
Or could both just be regular? Like all this is like a gamble.
Yeah,
it depends who you want to gamble.
Because the draft there's no science. There's you could analyze, you can watch tape. There's no science.
You can anoint a guy as a generational talent and the next great thing, and then he's Trevor Lawrence.
Ryan Leaf.
Yep.
Last year with Bryce Young.
Yep.
Clear number one. Baker Mayfield. I don't know he's had a decent career, but he's not number one overall. Trevor Lawrence. You just don't know. Then you have guys like Aaron Rodgers and guys like Tom Brady, obviously, and that's like and then Stroud picks second. There's guys who are just better. Yeah. You just don't know.
I did hear also the theory. I don't know. I mean, this won't happen, but a kind of creative theory is if they move back, say with Washington, or even number 3 with the Patriots, and they still traded Fields, and you trade basically Caleb Williams, get all that draft capital, and then still take like a Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, you can just try to look at the third guy. Maybe
I don't hate that.
No, and you like you said, teams who pay a lot of money, these big free agents, you did hit well in the draft, but
the only risk to that is that you did just pass on Caleb Williams and Justin.
Yeah, that's risky. That's like a glass case of emergency.
Yeah,
it's obvious what they should do, but I don't know. They're so weird.
This is the story of the offseason. We wanted to get into this ASAP because I didn't want to miss the opportunity to talk about this, and then Justin Fields gets traded because it could really happen starting this anytime, right?
Yeah.
Anytime could happen, and they're already getting inquiries like we knew. So I mean, that's just number 1, number 9. So interesting what the Bears can do here.
Oh yeah,
they set themselves up well though. This is a good spot to be. It's a good problem.
You have 2 quarterbacks that you can have, or you can have a lot of draft picks if you trade one of them. Yeah, it's very.
We didn't love what they did in the coaching situation, right?
Eberflus is I mean, Vrabel was out there. Belichick would have been nice. Would have been fun there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Eberflus, maybe they're waiting 1 more year. They just wait for Slowick or wait for Ben Johnson.
I mean, if Shane Waldron's any good, maybe he's the next guy.
Yeah.
Where are you with Shane Waldron after the JSN comments?
Yeah, not overwhelmingly confident, but also JSN wasn't good last year either.
Yeah.
So a little bit like these both were not very good.
So if you guys don't know what that is, at the combine or Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. Media days.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, Seahawks rookie last year, who Shane Waldron coached as the offensive coordinator, was asked about new offensive coordinator for the Bears, Shane Waldron. What should they expect? And he kind of just said, first he said, "Is this live?" Or like, which is never good.
Yeah,
never good.
Nope.
And then he just said, "He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Best of luck to you." Just very just super cold.
Yeah, I mean.
But also, you got to remember, this is a rookie who basically didn't get the ball half his.
Maybe he's mad that he didn't get the ball.
A rookie wide receiver, who didn't get the ball for half the season.
He didn't get the Lockett targets or the DK targets. Sorry, you're not better than both those guys.
Yeah, we know receivers are just off the wall.
Yeah,
they'll say
they're
extremely selfish.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know.
You shouldn't let that sour you on Shane Waldron. Something like that.
No, I would trust. I mean, both these guys have no credibility because JSN has never done anything either.
Right.
So shut up, JSN.
Yeah. And Shane Waldron was
like if DK said this or Lockett, they're like, okay, this might be a little bit.
Yeah.
But a rookie. Yeah, I don't know. This paints him in a pretty bad light too.
Yeah.
JSN.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just a big old diva.
Yeah, and they might. I mean, we talked about Tyler Lockett possibly being released at some point too here.
Yeah.
We would free up $17 million for him. So he might get an opportunity this year if balls out, but at this point, I think you're right. Like, you don't really have much.
Yeah, you know who
was the league either.
The Seahawks should do, just a grand thought, sign Justin Madubuike by cutting Tyler Lockett. Just do a trade.
And still trying to sign Leonard Williams? Jeez.
They
might. It's there. I mean, that's not a hard pass.
Leonard Williams and Madubuike, and then you have those secondary guys. You save more money by cutting Jamal Adams.
God, I love the offseason.
Yeah, you speculate. You just it's all just like that meme of that guy like on the whiteboard with all the math equations. Yeah,
because anything's a possibility. I can't shoot down any of your scenarios right now.
No, a couple years ago, Aaron Rodgers was traded to the Jets, and Russell Wilson was traded to the Broncos.
Those are real things.
Those are real things that happened. Yeah. We had no idea it was happening.
It'll start heating up this week with this franchise tag opportunities.
It's the start of it. Yeah,
yeah. And then some of those guys we'll find out they're actually going to be free agents.
Yep.
So that'll be good to know. And then of course the draft after free agency in 3 weeks, and it's just going to be zapping.
Yeah, it's going to be freaking awesome. I love offseason.
That's our show for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope you learned a little bit about the draft, a little bit about the quarterbacks.
Yep.
It should be fun. We'll be back.
It's a QB driven offseason. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. We'll see you Friday with a new show.
Peace.
Later.